What's clapping, everybody? Welcome to Anime Intervention. I'm your host BMG here with my co-host Clean Bean. What's clapping?
Nothing much, man. Doing good.
Doing good, doing good.
What you doing?
This is episode 41, technically, if you're keeping count. Listen, man, it's been a time recording these podcast episodes. I feel great. I feel great.
I feel great too.
So you're just gonna pull out weights and start. Okay,
Yes.
all right. That's how great you feel. All right, I get
That's
it.
how great I feel.
I understand.
I'm getting
Today, this episode purely conversational. Last episode we had a roulette game, which was pretty cool. We were actually thinking about doing a game again this episode, but we decided to push it back. We'll probably do like a full video trivia
Mhm.
where it's like just constant going back and forth between different trivia questions. I think that'll be a fun time. So we'll do that definitely the next episode or the episode after that for sure. But this one, I wanted to specifically talk about some of the things I've been seeing online. I don't know if you guys follow the Anime Flow on Instagram. If you don't, you should. They actually do provide some pretty good anime news and also updates on specific anime that are out in the season, which is great because, us watching anime, we're curious. So, of course, we're going to check it out. So, do follow them. But, I was scrolling through some of their posts and stuff. And one of the most recent one that really hit me was the news about Black Clover. So, I don't know if you got this yet. I don't know if it came on your feed or not, but Black Clover is officially finished, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, actually, yeah, I did get that. I
Yeah.
did get that.
So, and this is the manga, obviously the anime. And if you guys have watched Black Clover, I don't know if you remember, but I think it was about like 160 something episodes of just pretty good show, pretty good pure clappage. And I enjoyed Black Clover, but there were some accusations being thrown around, about Black Clover sort of being kind of like a copy and paste of Naruto.
Hmm.
And I think the reason was, like, if you have to look online, there is a spread of Asta versus Yuno, and it was basically the equivalent, if not close enough, to Sasuke versus Naruto in the last fight. You know what I mean? Like it
Okay.
was like literally at what's it called, the final valley or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't read the Black Clover manga, so don't quote me on this. All right, don't say anything. But from what I saw within those spreads, I'm like, all right, I could see what they're saying. I could see where they might be like, hold on a second, this low key looks like a copy. But I do want to bring up specifically related to conversations, and I'm going to ask you this as well. It's a shonen, and a lot of the big head shonens, Black Clover, Fairy Tail, they tend to pretty much copy the previous shonen. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just like expected.
They're
Now
inspired by each other.
they're inspired. Yeah, they're inspired by each other. So like, I can see within that spread where it's like, oh, whoa, what the heck? But like, realistically speaking, like, I'm not really surprised. I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm not surprised either way because they try to say the same thing when it comes to other anime. Like they say, "Yu Hakusho, well, you Bleach took from you," or we try to say, "Well, who took from Bleach?" Jujutsu Kaisen. Like we go down the list consistently of all these other shonen animes that come out. Where like we can, you know, basically piece them together and say,
Mhm.
hey, you took from this, you took my plot, you took the shady side character that wears all black, like consistently, like, hello, Sasuke, hello, Uryu, hello, Hiei, hello. Like, come on, bro. Really? Really?
It's a lot of them. I mean, it's just, and to be fair, those tropes, I guess they follow along in many different ways. We've seen this within other anime genres as well. Like, come on, the stereotypical like isekai genre where everybody's getting hit by a bus. Why do you think it's called truck-kun? It's truck-kun for a reason.
Mhm.
Obviously they did make some changes here and there. There's people who've died from stabbing. There's people who died from falling off a building. Like this, there's other things that happen. It's not just specifically truck-kun, but you could see where those similarities will be there for a specific genre. So for a shonen like this, we could discuss some of it right now actually. So Asta, he wants to be the Wizard King, right?
Yes.
So what is that the same as?
Well, I guess for everyone, Hokage, but it's like, oh, wait a minute, why don't you say the same thing for Luffy? He wants
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be the
He wants to be king
King
of
of
pirates.
Pirates. So it's like, once again, you give them a set goal and then they go after it, right? Does that mean it's a copy and paste of everything else? Are you really going to say that that's the case that, oh yeah, it's similar to One Piece? No. You took different attributes and then applied it to your own story. It's not to say that, oh, wait a minute, you can't come up with something original because you for sure can. It's just that
I agree.
the way it's set up.
No, I
Like
agree.
the same thing with tournament arcs. Look at how many tournament arcs there are in how many animes.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like pretty much standard at this point just to have a tournament arc because it. First of all, I love tournament arcs. Don't get me wrong. I feel like that's why they kind of put them in there. They keep putting them is
Hmm.
because tournament arcs they hit different. Like you're like, oh, what will happen if this person's against this person, kind of thing, which is what we love to see. Um, yeah, no, you're correct.
Yeah. Grand Magic Games 2014. What was it, 2014?
It was 2014.
I was eating that shit up.
Yeah, I was eating that shit up too.
Come on now. Come on now,
I was using it. Yeah,
man. Wrap
I,
it up.
and one of the I guess my most enjoyable parts of DBZ was the tournaments. You know what I mean? Like just being involved and sort of seeing what would happen when Goku's versing all these different people. You got Goku versus um first of all in the beginning he was fighting a bunch of pipsqueaks, nincompoops.
Mm,
But you know his biggest hurdle was Master Roshi at first, right? Because he was so strong, and Master Roshi was Jackie Chan at the time,
mm,
in his disguise. But there's that, and then there's Goku's next opponent or next big opponent. I think was Tien Shinhan by that point, um, and after that was Piccolo, I believe. I think in successive in Dragon Ball it was those three.
mm.
But like those tournaments were like it was excitement, So just seeing that sort of I guess similar foundation being put into other anime, I don't mind it. I think it's actually pretty good. It's the equivalent of, an anime having a stereotypical beach episode, you know,
Mhm.
but it's stuff that we want to see. So coming back to Black Clover, um, we could go through the similarities right now. Like there are different, I guess you can call them guilds, factions. I forgot what the actual term was because I haven't watched Black Clover in a long time. But
Mm.
you know, when I watched Black Clover at first, I was realistically more comparing them to Fairy Tail.
Yeah, I was comparing them more to Fairy Tail, even with the animation of the character themselves. I was like, wait a minute, you got the messy, spiky hair, but it's less gray. It's not pink. I'm just saying, but
I was seeing FT.
I was seeing it too.
So and being wanting to be a wizard king, both worlds are kind of filled with magic. So I get it. I mean that's why I was like, making that connection between them. Also, you know, the fact that they were separated by guilds, but they were also sort of like sanctioned in a way by the government. Like they
Mm,
were doing jobs and protecting, you know, they're basically protecting human life.
mm.
It's pretty much the same in Black Clover. There's other things that you're doing, yeah, as well, but realistically, what are you doing? You're like protecting the world.
I mean, you could even okay. I don't want to pander, but like, okay, we go to into Marvel and DC real quick.
Hmm.
How many times are there like not copy and paste for practically the same exact type of abilities when it comes to characters on the DC side and the Marvel side? And they're like, oh, well, you stole from me, I stole from you. But then you have your own unique identity, your own timeline, your own plot, your own characters that help develop the character as it is. So it it kind of I don't know, it disheartens me a little bit because I feel as though if it was really copy and paste, then everything down to the single minute detail would be the same. It
Mm.
wouldn't be okay. This person feels a little bit different. Like when you think of Flash and Quicksilver, okay, that's great, but I don't ever put a conversation with Flash and Quicksilver together unless I'm talking about their abilities. Everything else is completely separate from them.
True.
Literally, the only thing that's similar about them is their abilities. So when you have stuff like that where you have okay, maybe a lineup or like okay, you have like a final battle between two characters that are not necessarily bad people, but they just going across different paths and they have different goals in mind. Yeah, you're gonna have a final battle eventually. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
happen.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
So I just don't understand as to why that somehow it goes straight to copying or like
Yeah, I mean, like I said, and you said this before with the inspirations. I see it. Also, you can make the statistical comparison because of the fact that One Piece doesn't really have that sort of versus protagonist kind of thing where I mean they're both not protagonists at the same time, but if you think about like even Bleach for example, uh Ichigo doesn't really have a rival. People they try to say that Ichigo's rival is Renji for a second, but it's really not.
It's not
It's
Renji.
not.
It's not
It's
Udio.
not
Udio
Uryu.
tries to make it
Uryu tries to
happen.
make he tries to be his rival,
It
but
ain't
obviously
never.
does not happen. Um, Ichigo in and of itself is he's a solo dolo type of guy, even though he has his friends and everything, but he is in and of itself a separate entity, his own entity.
Mm,
Same thing with Luffy. Like Luffy doesn't really. I mean, you could argue that Luffy's rivals would be Kid, Law,
hmm.
and everybody who's in the new generation.
Yeah,
You could say that, but um, there's really no like if you really look at it, there's really no major big fights that happen between the two. But I'm talking about like Luffy and any of the young generation. There's really nothing crazy that happens. Like comparatively, Luffy's rival would have to be Blackbeard, but even then, like
that's
they
not even.
they barely even interact, and there's nothing really going on there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm sure that maybe at the end of the line, and come at me if you want to, but like I feel like they're leading to a Luffy versus Blackbeard type of meetup.
Hmm.
Like we might see that, but I'm just thinking, and you compare it to Naruto. Naruto, the entire premise of the story is kind of based on Sasuke running away and getting involved with people that are trying to get Naruto. Like it makes sense. Like I get it.
Yeah,
Um, so when you compare that to Black Clover, I think that there's a lot of differences. Just because that one thing is the same doesn't mean that everything is the same. Because Sasuke ran away. Did Yuno run away?
exactly.
Did Yuno join the enemy? First of all, I don't read the manga, so if it does happen, let me know. But I don't really think that happens. They just go their own separate ways.
Listen,
One
brother.
joins one and one joins the other.
Listen. Sasuke's a fuckboy. All right, point blank simple. He's a fuckboy.
Okay, you're right.
All right, excuse my language, but I, I just can't stand this nigga. For the
No,
life of me, I can't stand it
no. Well, you're right though. You're right.
because he consistently sold in every single possible way. Oh, by the way, guess what? Itachi's back. And who's the dumbass that was like alerted him? It's like, oh, is it true Itachi's here?
Is it true?
Demote his ass. Actually, kick him out of the village just for that bullshit. He pissed me off the most too. Cause
Oh
golly.
my days.
And he's over here trying to find Itachi, acting like you're gonna do something. No. You're not even bigger than a freaking stump on a tree. What are you going to do, my guy? Hmm?
My gosh.
You're weak.
Nah, he was weak.
And then tries to go off and act like, oh, I need to gain more power. I'm not gonna gain any power here. You know what you gained? Hmm? A PDF file. That's what you gained.
PDF.
Orochimaru on your ass every
Oh
day.
man.
That's what you gained. I don't want to hear anything, man. I'm sick and tired of him, bro. I really am.
I I think, and you know, I like I said, the anime is supposed to be coming back this year. For those of y'all that don't know, October I think of this year, Black Clover is supposed to be paying us a visit again, and it's been a while. I think I have to check. I don't have the information on me right now, but Black Clover, the last time that an episode actually aired, like a new episode, um, I can't remember exactly when that was, but I do know that it's been long enough for me to be like, damn, what even happened? I have to go
Like,
back.
what
I
even
might have
happened?
to rewatch a lot of the stuff, but there's a couple things that I do remember from Black Clover. Like this is one scene, and you guys might know of this, like where they're doing this like almost like a magic type of tournament competition in a way, but it's not really like in a tournament setting. It's like I forgot exactly what it was, but it was two people reversing each other. They were fighting each other. I think it was Funeral. It might have been Funeral.
Mm.
I don't know who it was, but he was fighting. I think it was his brother. I have to go back and check again. But
Oh, I mean,
somebody
this.
gets clapped, right? And then he's about to like do a killing blow or something, and then all three of them heads fly out, and they got this bro in a pincer. And I gotta say, that was like the coolest moment I've ever seen in Black Clover. Like I was like, dog, if my homies got my back like that, it's over. It's over. Like, what do you mean? Oh shit. I was so hyped at that
It was
moment.
over.
I was so hyped at that moment. It was crazy. Um, but yeah, no, like I'm, just thinking back, like there's a lot of key information and key points that I'm missing from Black Clover that I need to like revitalize myself with before I jump back into Black Clover. Maybe I gotta watch a recap or whatever. But we're not gonna know for sure whether or not it's a true copy and paste unless we go and read the manga.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And even then, like, I wouldn't really call it a copy and paste regardless. I would say that if you want to call the battle between Yuno and Asta the same as Naruto versus Sasuke, um, it's not the same because they went two different routes to reach that point. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're chasing Wizard King. Naruto and Sasuke weren't chasing Hokage. Naruto was chasing Hokage,
Yeah,
but
Naruto
so
was chasing Kage,
you
but
think Sasuke was chasing? You think Sasuke wanted to be Hokage?
he only said that
He
as
only
a
said that shit
fucking
as a
joke.
yeah. He said that as a joke. You think he was trying to be Hokage his entire life? No, he was chasing after his brother. Like what?
All he did was want to like perform the freaking Leaf Village and basically like, okay, I want y'all to realize y'all did my clan dirty, okay, and we just have to fix that from this point onward, and also hopefully grow the Uchiha clan. But it's funny how you really thought he was gonna be Hokage, man. This man, um,
Brother.
he literally made a child that left. He made a child that left. I'm telling you, I hate this dude.
Oh my
I
god.
can't with him. Get him out of here, man. What is he doing? But no, I can't. I can't be seen in the village.
Can't
Be
be
a father, man. Step up. Step up before you get a stepdad.
Oh my god. That's so wild. Yo, step up before you get a stepdad is crazy. That's a statement right there.
Wait,
But yeah, I don't know. Y'all let us know what you think about, Black Clover being potentially a copy of Naruto. Like I said, I do disagree, but if you guys have any opinions, you just want to talk about like maybe your experiences with reading the manga and everything that happened with that, do let us know. Let us know in the comments because we are genuinely curious. And I do want to, and I think I mentioned this before, but I do want to venture more into the manga space because I only do that with specific shows that I can't wait for them to be animated. I'm just like, I have to dive in. Slime
mm,
being one of them. Um, Mushoku Tensei being one of them, which I haven't read in a while, because that's the anime ended up catching up with the manga.
mm,
But it has a light novel, I believe. Um, there's there's definitely quite a few that I wanted to read manga wise that I just haven't gotten to, and I'm probably gonna end up doing it. For example, Oshinoko, I'm actually thinking about doing the manga for that, like reading it, because, well, first of all, Oshinoko is crazy. Don't get me wrong,
mm.
but content wise, it did such a good job of like locking me in. Every single episode, I wanted to just keep going to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. It's really good. So if you have an anime that's doing that to you, you just gonna have to go read the manga, brother.
Absolutely.
Was there any shows that you wanted to read the manga for? Well, I know you're not a manga reader, but if you had the opportunity to, what shows would you do?
Maybe One Punch Man because the manga is good.
The manga is good, and the animation's trash.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I agree with you. I did read One Punch Man up to um right after. You don't know this, but there's like a second organization that forms. You know how there's like the Hero Association.
Mm.
There's a second organization that forms. That's like I think it's like the Neo Hero Organization or something like that. So there's two separate organizations, and the reason why they're set up that way is because they're trying to poach and take from the Hero Association to put into their association, so they could. Yeah, it's interesting. But I think that's where I'm at right now in the manga. I have to double check. I haven't read in a bit,
Okay.
but I do agree. One Punch Man will probably be the one for you to read,
I'm just saying, man.
without a doubt.
Seen some panels online. I was like, ooh, that got
They're
animated
clean.
properly.
They're clean.
It.
Well, I don't know if you've seen Cosmic Garo's animation.
I I already saw it 10 times over from y'all spoiling me, but
Oh yeah,
regardless,
yeah. To be
like,
fair, spoilers. I I hate them. But yeah,
it
yeah. If you see
happens.
that, yeah, Cosmic Garo actually looks kind of crazy.
Yeah, he looks crazy. Hold on a second.
Hmm?
There's something in my eye.
Yeah, don't blind yourself.
Oh, I'm already blind now.
You right, you right. Out here with -4 vision.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I think those would be like those are the ones that I read. That I read now. I would probably try to read. Oh, did I tell you that I read Knights of Sidonia? Because I don't know if you remember, but
I do.
Netflix didn't finish their Knights of Sidonia. It wasn't finished. Like the animation, it wasn't finished.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't
Yeah,
finished.
so I was like, so what I did was I went back to Netflix watched Nice Zenonia again,
Hmm.
and after watching it again, I'm like, wait, it really ended like this?
Yeah, I know
Like,
that.
so now I was like, let me go read the manga. And I read the manga. The manga actually kind of gets kind of wild. It gets pretty insane. Like it gets worse. Like it gets progressively.
Oh,
Not times like worse is bad, but I'm telling you,
man.
it gets like you're like, what the hell is going on?
Oh,
Um,
man.
which I don't blame him for. But um, that was one where I was like, I need to know what happens. So I ended up reading that one.
Hmm.
Um, there's obviously the Dragon Ball manga, Dragon Ball Super manga that I was reading up until a certain point, and then they stopped for obvious reasons.
Hmm.
Um, that's how I know about the Moro arc and the Granola arc and Black Frieza being Black Frieza. So there's that. I'm trying to think of what else.
Yeah.
What else?
Um,
If
yeah,
I
I don't know. That come to mind.
Yeah, none that come out. I mean, I'm sure more will come down later tonight. If there's any shows or anime that you want to read the manga for, let us know in the comments. We're curious. Um, because and I think it's becoming more and more prevalent nowadays simply because of how good the animation period is coming out. Like this season, you know how I said like last season was fire, but also summer season of last year was
Was
fire.
fire.
This season is straight fire too. Like there's just packed heat after heat. We spoke about it, but it's more than just that. Like I was going through some of the ratings. I'm like,
Hmm?
so why we have 8.0s and higher on Mal?
This
Like
is what I like to see,
like
man.
what we doing here? I like that. I like to see this. This is good. The quality of shows nowadays is just it's peak. Obviously, there's those few that we don't care about, but like overall, like if you compare now to back then, like let's say 10 years ago, completely different ball game.
Completely different. You had to go. I'm telling you, you had to find these damn things. Like I'm diamond in the rough.
Dining rough.
Diamond in the rough. You had to find these things because a lot of times, if they were in today's like anime, we were like to rate some of these. Some of them would be 6.5. Some of them would be 7.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not to disrespect them. It's just for the time of what it was. We were kids. We were watching it, and it's like, yo, this is kind of cool to us because it was mostly for kids at certain points. But then when it got darker, then it got to certain ones where we're like, wait a minute, this is all cool, but we also have, you know, themes and life lessons.
Mm-hmm.
We started to grow up, and it started to grow up with us as well. And we start to see they took more time, not just into just the animation and the fight scenes, which I mean, I hope that's not the main thing that they're focused on, but they started to take other themes and elements of life and put it inside of animation.
Which is good. I mean, even not just a slice of life, so we're getting that treatment. It was also other anime genres that were kind of just taking, I guess, more of a progressive approach to emotions and feelings and invoking all of that character development. That way, you're able to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to suffer character development. Did your parents pass away? Nah, we're gonna end them immediately. It's gone. It's
It's
over.
like it's like
That's
it's like a canon event
it. Can't do it.
in Spider-Man. Yeah, sorry, this has to happen. Uncle Ben has to go.
Has to go.
But
Get
but
Molly.
what about the others?
Not
Sorry,
okay.
brother. Every timeline he has to go. Like what? Oh man, that's funny.
That's why Aunt May hit me. That's exactly why that one time when they
Oh
switched
yeah,
on
yeah. Oh man,
that
yeah,
hit.
yeah. It's funny because like the I was talking to my best friend Jason about this. Like he doesn't really care for um the new Aunt May
Mm.
from Tom Holland. Tom Holland's version of Aunt May. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I'm happy that bitch died. I'm like,
What?
it's like, and he was like, yeah, that stupid son.
They,
Like, she was just stupid. I was like, I feel like I, f- I feel like you still hung up on the old Aunt May dying from back in Tobey Maguire's era.
oh my
Oh man. Uh
damn.
shit. That was funny. It was just
Rough.
funny me talking about it. But wait, did Aunt May die in Tobey Maguire's era, or was she just
I think
injured?
she was
No,
just
she didn't die. She was just injured.
injured.
Remember,
Yeah, she
Green
was just
Goblin
injured.
pulled up and bombed like yeah, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Ah," and she's like, ah! Yeah, yeah. I remember that shit. Oh man,
Uh, oh man.
that's funny. Um, But yeah, moving on to our next topic for today. I did bring up Netflix, and then I wanted to talk about this because Anime Flow also did post this on their news page. Uh, they're talking about how Netflix has surpassed Crunchyroll for being like the leader of animation when it comes to streaming. So
Mm,
they have the most views, they have the most people watching. And see, here's where I'm like not surprised
mm.
because it's Netflix. But let me hear your opinion first before I go.
I mean, first of all, Netflix has taken over a lot of things. Like they've taken over in sports and movies, documentaries, and um, even politics sometimes. Like it
Yeah,
really just depends on like its input source. So like it has a great pull.
it
Being able
does.
to pull from like multiple groups of people that have like maybe no interest in what's going on until they see just that one show. And out of nowhere, it's like, wait a minute, this is kind of intriguing. I like the premise. Let me see what this is. And they disregard the fact that it's like anime. They're like, wait a minute, I want to see more.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is what we were trying to do. We were trying to expose it. We were trying to make sure that it does its job and gets to different viewers. Now, Netflix is definitely the platform to go and do it. However, what sucks is that it's not always up to date.
Yeah.
It's not always up to date. It will not have. It won't always have the same amount of episodes that are currently out, and you'll be behind. That same issue is also with Crunchyroll at certain points. Crunchyroll has
Correct.
its faults as well, even though it's one of the main, most known platforms for anime right now. It still has its faults where either the player doesn't work or we just have bad quality. It could be bad audio quality as well, but mostly just also videos just not or episodes not playing. And you gotta cater towards your audience, right?
My biggest thing for them is like, why are you gonna say, and y'all seen this before, why are you gonna say that new season of this is out
Mm.
and then you not have the previous season? So you want me to watch the newest season, but I can't watch season one?
That's another thing. I'm
Like,
looking.
what are we doing here, guys? Like,
How am I gonna catch up? All right, you're giving me the exam. I haven't even gotten the first lesson plan. What are we doing? Where's the packet? Where's the packet? Where's the diagrams, my guy?
oh my gosh, that's how bad it is. It's just so terrible. Like, how are you can't. And there was one thing that I was it was it Crunchyroll? I don't know if it was Crunchyroll or if it was Netflix. I'm not too sure which one it was about not having the sub version of Oshinoko, just
Hmm.
having the dub. And I was like, make it make sense. Like you telling me that you don't have both the original source material and the is there a contract that I should know about? Like,
Like what? Like okay, we get it if there's ones that are only sub because they have animes that have only been sub,
yeah,
but
because that makes sense because the dub hasn't come out yet.
the
But you're
dub
telling
hasn't
me
come
that they
out yet.
gave the dub but not the sub?
And it's no just the dub. It's more of just, but what's going on here? Like, well, where's the what?
I and that's where my confusion lies because it's like I'm I'm interested. You know this already. I'm interested in watching sub. So are you. We there are a few anime that we like to watch dub. Cool. But like you're trying to get more people into the space. Are you telling me that the only way you can get them into the space is by providing dub? There are keep in mind there are people who will only watch dub
Yeah,
because they don't want to deal with sub.
I
They don't
don't
want to deal with reading the subtitles.
blame you.
I don't blame them. I get it. But I don't think you're pandering to both audiences here. You're just pandering to one side of things.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Um, because now we're getting into a part where now, because your main audience is English, now you're not going to include any sub. And now that makes no sense because the sub doesn't just always go towards English. You have people that watch anime who are from other countries as well, and they have to translate their own subtitles, right? With
Yeah.
their own language written out on it, but it's still spoken in Japanese. So it's kind of like what are we doing? We have multiple versions, and you gotta be able to help them out as well. Yes, your main audience is now USA, okay,
Well,
but it's still
yeah. I mean, Netflix is everywhere. To be fair, but like
everywhere.
I don't know. I should probably look that up and see like what Netflix's like major main audience section is, like which country. I have a feeling it is the U.S., but at the same time, the U.S. is not as big as let's say India. Well, it's big, but I'm talking about in terms of
Mm,
population. Like
yeah,
India, like literally, it's quadruple our population.
we
So,
we we got
and
surpassed
that's just India.
by.
You know what I'm saying? And then we're not even thinking about China. Not even thinking about China.
Actually, I think I can't remember if India or China, because I remember not too long ago, one of their populations here fluctuated or surpassed maybe, or maybe
Well,
one's above.
well,
Well, I think
they both
China's
got to
the
be in the
one.
billings.
No, no,
Oh
they
yeah,
both
yeah. China
crazy right now.
population 1.4 billion,
Okay, and
and
what's India?
India
Because I'm probably jacking. I'm jacking it. I think India's lower.
1.45 billion.
Whoa!
They're basically both the same population realistically, which is crazy.
Let's go.
It's crazy.
I even think I was gonna pull that. I didn't even
Nah,
think I was gonna remember
you
that.
did,
Okay.
and it's crazy because their population, India, in and of itself, is 17%, almost 18% of the entire world's population, which is ridiculous to think about.
That's
I have a
ridiculous.
friend from work. Uh, she's from Bangladesh, right? And she was telling me how like whenever she goes over to Bangladesh, it feels so like crowded. Like there's just nowhere to go. Like you can go, yeah, but like there's always like a million people wherever you go. Like you're walking around, there's just like mobs and mobs. And I'm like,
Hmm.
I I guess that's just how it is over there. Because I mean, think about it. We're U.S., right?
Hmm.
300 and something million, maybe close to 400, somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
But we have space,
Yeah, like don't worry, we're getting to the point where now we're starting to take up a lot of space, but regardless,
but we still
it's
have like space. You know what I'm saying?
we got
Like like we have range.
land.
There's a bunch of states with just like land, just got land for days. And I get it. You know, New York is New York. We got like what 8 million, 9 million people.
Hmm.
Like I get it. You know, us being crowded because we're New York. But like I'm thinking about everywhere else. I'm like, we got space. We
That's
do.
true.
So if Netflix has, you know, every country that we're speaking about right now under its wing, and Netflix is a really popular streaming service, which it is,
Hmm.
then it makes sense for them to have the upper hand when it comes to streaming. And now that they've taken over Crunchyroll, it just makes sense because if anime is getting more popular, which it is,
Hmm.
it's getting more popular usually through mediums that are not the normal means. For example, I've known people who've gotten into anime from shorts, yeah, sure, but also because of the accessibility. So if their family already has a Netflix sub because your dad, your mom, and your sister watches Netflix,
Hmm.
you're part of the family plan. It's already easy for you to get into the anime space if somebody tells you about it because you don't have to worry about paying money if you already had a Netflix plan.
Yes, that is true. You now have access and you're able to find a medium to watch it yourself on your leisurely time. So it's not like, okay, now you got to scrounge around everywhere. You now have access to other, you know, seasons.
Correct.
The only thing that sucks is that, well, hey, how many seasons are there? That's it.
That's my big thing, and I'm hoping. I feel like that has been addressed already, but um, I'm just gonna say this now. I don't really use the generic methods of watching anime. I usually go to a different route, but you know, taking taking into account somebody who actually shh, 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 this is a secret. Don't tell the FBI. Taking into account something that like somebody who actually goes out of their way to use those streaming services like Crunchyroll, like Netflix, they have an idea of what it's like to be in that environment. You would know best. Let us know in the comments if you know best of anime not being what they're supposed to be on those platforms. And what I mean by that is not having everything that you can watch. For
Hmm.
example, if you were to go on Netflix or Crunchyroll right now, would you be able to watch all of Dragon Ball, all of Dragon Ball Z, all of Dragon Ball GT, and all of Dragon Ball Super? This is
Hmm.
me asking you that question for y'all out there, but also I don't know this myself, so I'm asking it. Would you be able to do that? I don't think so. I,
I'm
I
gonna
could be wrong.
I'm gonna trust a random site.
I'm a, like that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
Like
trust a random site.
I feel like most people are not gonna find that accessibility. It's kind of like the same thing when we're talking about video games. And if y'all are gamers out there, you know this. Backwards compatibility is a big thing in my life. I feel like because being able to play old games is great. There are games that you just can't play anymore because
Mm.
one, the console that you used to play it on doesn't exist anymore, and they don't have it, and two, the the goddamn companies won't let you do it. You know,
Yeah, they'll just be
like
like, "Oh, by the way, our servers are finished," or "By the way, it's just not playable anymore."
it's like
Can't do it.
what? And this is why I appreciate. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of all the companies. Like I like a lot of games from Xbox. I have an Xbox. I have a PlayStation. I have a Switch, right? And I have a PC. So I'm literally in every single realm. I've grown up mostly on Xbox, right? I'm an Xbox Andy.
Mm.
But like just looking back, the only one that's really been backwards compatibility friendly has been Xbox recently. No, like I'm talking about like who started it, and then PS5, PlayStation, and Nintendo decided to jump in, and they were like, all right, backwards compatibility, yeah, yeah, this that. We need to have that with anime. You know what I'm saying? We need to have that with anime. We need to have it where we can go back with a streaming platform that we have, Netflix and Crunchyroll. We need to be able to go back and watch all of Inuyasha. You know what I'm saying? We need to be able to go back and watch
Yes.
all of Samurai Champloo. Well, Samurai Champloo is short, but you see what I'm saying? Like if all of Naruto should be available.
All of Naruto, I think, might be. I'm not. Wait, is I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I'm just saying like
I don't know.
that. Like that's something that's an expectation for these streaming platforms. They should all be available. Like if I'm subbing to your platform and you're telling me about the new season of Classroom of the Elite, I better be able to watch the last two or the last three. You
Actually,
know what I'm
wait a
saying?
minute. Crunchyroll. Remember your origins, dog. Remember your origins. Cause hold on now. I'll pull the card. Cause wait, remember your origins. Remember your origins. What you mean?
How did you start, Crunchyroll? How did you start?
Yo, I
Oh
can't. Cause
my
I remember I
days.
was on Kiss Anime, and then I was like, my friend was like, "Oh, you watch Kiss Anime? Oh yeah, I use Crunchyroll." I was like, "Oh okay, yeah, nice, nice, we good. All right, that's my backup." Soon as Kiss Anime comes down, oh shoot, I gotta find another anime, and then it popped in my head, oh Crunchyroll, and then it wasn't working for a little bit. I'm like, all right, I got to pander. Kid you not, all it took was like what 3 4 years out of nowhere. What's up, big dogs? Oh yeah, by the way, oh yeah, that's a pirate anime. Now it became all right. I'm top dog.
I'm top dog.
Crunchyroll. Just remember where you started.
Remember your roots.
Remember your roots. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man. I so this conversation is interesting because I understand that there has to be some sort of influx when it comes to making anime. Like you're making anime, yeah, to most of the companies, at least most of the publishers, they're making money. They're making anime to make money, right? Like there's a good percentage of them that are definitely passionate about the anime that they're putting out there, but the people behind the scenes are trying to make a big buck. So
Mm-hmm.
I get how like a lot of that can only be facilitated by progressive strategies to get that money. If you're watching the show, how do you how do you get that money? How do
Mm-hmm.
you contribute if everybody's on a pirate site? Like you've seen all these pirate sites getting crashed down. We've seen that. Like over the past 2 weeks, I think it was, or 3 weeks, I saw anime. What was it called? Annieverse or Annie something that went
Yeah,
down.
that went down.
There was something else that went down. Like
N-
you're seeing all these pirate
9
sites.
anime went down.
Nine anime went down. Yeah, you're seeing all these pirate sites go down, and I'm like, all right, I get it, but at the same time, it's like if you're not gonna on the platform that you sub on, if you're not gonna give us what we're subbing for, what we would be subbing for, why are you surprised that we're going to all these pirate sites?
That's what I'm saying. Crunchyroll. I need you to lock in, bro.
Lock in.
Lock in. Provide
Like,
access. I say
like,
accessibility.
like, I don't care what you have to do, Crunchyroll or Netflix, whoever the hell it is. Get all the anime that you can think of right now on your service, on your platform, and do not remove it at all.
Don't.
Keep it all. Your library has to be even bigger than these pirate sites.
Yeah.
It just has to be. Like you can't take them down and then oh yeah, come to watch Crunchyroll. Yeah, you don't have what they
At
asking for.
least scavenge them.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
At least scavenge them, bro.
Yeah,
So that
or at least like buy the sites or something. You know
or
what I'm
buy the
saying?
site. Like, come
Buy
on,
the sites.
man.
I don't get it, man.
Oh,
I don't get it. So there's always going to be, and there's people in the comments who will definitely mention it for sure, but like there's always going to be those like in between gray lines that happen, specifically when it comes to, you know, copyright,
Yeah.
but also like permissions and for publications and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like that's all going to be included. Of course, I get that. Um, but you have to really think outside the box when you're somebody at these companies. If you're Crunchyroll and you're on, if you're Netflix and you're on the board, you should be thinking about people's wants and needs so that we can provide that for them. You know what I mean? Like, how do you get customers? You provide them a service, and if they want the service, they'll get the service. So make the service wantable. Like, make the service something that they will
Desirable.
actually go for.
Wait, like I'm sorry, make it desirable.
Make oh yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
You,
Desirable. Thank
you,
you. I
you,
appreciate that. So I don't know. That's my opinion on it. But I'm happy that I'm seeing more people entering the anime space. I'm happy for that.
mm,
But um, I'm hoping that it doesn't get to the point where it's like uh, a terrible monopoly, not a good monopoly, a terrible monopoly. You know what I mean? Like a good
mm,
monopoly is technically Amazon, even though I don't really like.
mm.
You know, I'm saying like a good monopoly, it passes as a good monopoly because you can literally get
Oh,
everything quickly. That's what I'm
passes
saying.
as a good
It
monopoly
passes
because
as a
of
good monopoly,
that.
even though it's not a good monopoly. It passes as a good monopoly because you, as the consumer, are getting good things. Like you're
Oh, as
name
in.
name one thing that you can't get from Amazon. Like you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I see
Like
what
you
you mean. I
can't
see what you
like so that is a good monopoly. It's a bad monopoly that's presenting as a good monopoly. This in this case, you're not a good monopoly or a good period if you can't provide the service
mean.
properly,
I see
like
what you
everything
mean.
that's in the service. So, but yeah, let's move on to our final topic for today, which is specifically about movies. There is a movie coming out in July that, well, not in July. We're supposed to be getting information in July
Yes.
about a movie, a Sword Art Online movie. And I'm curious about this one because for y'all who may be interested in Sword Online or if you've watched it, you've seen it, Sword Art Online has been like kind of like up and down throughout the years. It definitely had a high, and everything else was kind of just like mid. I will say I did enjoy Aliciaization. Did you
Mm,
watch that?
I did.
Okay, so I you could see where it was enjoyable. I felt like the focus was more on the characters this time around and less about just Kirito and his ways. Um,
Yeah, they sidelined him.
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
well, that man was a cripple. It was a vegetable.
No
Damn,
offense, but
no
like,
offense, but he was yeah,
jeez.
he got clapped. I actually did enjoy that storyline, and believe it or not, I'm actually pretty happy about. There's this other side series that has to do with Gun Gale Online I mentioned before.
Mm,
Um, with the girl who's in the pink and she has
yeah.
like the submachine gun. I like that. I think that was pretty cool and pretty interesting. Um, it's like mid, but like it's still good. Like I thought it was good. Um, but like a movie, I'm very curious what it's going to be about. I don't know if you have any thoughts of what it could potentially be about, or maybe what would you want to see out of a movie like that? What would you expect?
See, here's the route that I don't know is gonna happen because you know how you took shoot, what's her face, the woman knight with the blonde hair, and how she went physically into
Oh,
the human world.
well, what's her name, Alicia?
I think it was Alicia. She went into the human world like
Yeah,
physically, and then they were like, oh, this is like I think AI, but just like an actual person
yeah,
implanted in.
hmm
So, what are you gonna do with that? How are you gonna expand
hmm
within that world? Because that's where we left off.
yeah.
And I want to see if this movie kind of goes that route or if it's just a side story and then you add another season to like extend the story.
Okay.
I have no idea. I have no idea what even route they're going because I haven't heard anything since that previous season.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I'm curious to see what happens when July comes around because according to Anime Flow, that we're going to be getting that information in July. So if we get that information, we can at least see the direction that they're taking. And it's a movie, so this is where I want to kind of lean the conversation towards what I would consider to be enjoyable content. Movies versus animation in terms of episodal releases, right?
Hmm.
Because we are used to receiving a lot of this animation through episodal releases, and when something does come around where there's movies involved, how does that relate to the direct storyline, and what is that? what does that bring to the table for us, the viewers, the watchers, right?
Mm.
I'm gonna ask you this now. Would you prefer to have an anime with 24 episodes or 12 episodes, right? Or a movie?
That's gonna have to be a real good movie. I'm gonna tell you, because 24 episodes is my standard that I enjoy or tend to enjoy a lot. I feel like it has a lot of length to go ahead and flush everything out, and it also, you know what? I'm upset with myself.
A lot of length, huh? Ooh.
I need to be
Ooh.
focused on the gym. That's what I need to focus on.
A lot of length, huh?
Yo, get this shit away. Shit away.
Whoa, brother. Oh
Uh,
my days. That's funny. That's funny.
I knew it
But
was coming.
no, I get what you're saying though, because a 24, I love a 12.
Wait. I promise you, it wasn't me. It was because I thought you were saying. You know what? Nah,
24 is too much.
just pause. Just major pause. Because I promise you, I did not think that was gonna happen. I didn't think we are gonna think the same thought, the same time, even though you didn't say anything.
That is funny. But
All right.
that's hilarious. I mean, 24 is a bit much. But anyways, um back to the conversation at hand. So
Yes.
you were saying that you do enjoy a 24 episoder. And the reason why I say that's good is because 24 that's just funny. 24 episodes feels good to me.
Come on, man.
I gotta keep things straight. But like
Mm.
calm me down. Like 24 actually is good. But
Yeah.
I'm saying like in a movie.
Yeah. In a movie, um, I feel like in a movie set, like you have a little more free range, but at the same time, you don't have as much time.
Mhm. Yeah.
So obviously, 24 episodes is going to be longer than just your regular, hour and a half or 2 hour movie. So you don't got that much time to build up or the suspense, get the climax, and make sure that you provide what needs to be provided, like in terms of, does it have action, does it have romance, does it have the necessary characters fleshed out,
I
is
agree.
there a new addition that's being added to it, like because a lot of times in the movies they like to add these other characters that were either mentioned in passing or like by description or just never really appeared, never were mentioned,
Hmm.
and that's your perfect opportunity to go ahead and put them in a placeholder for the story.
Well, I'm in agreement here because like the movies don't really have as much time to flesh out all those different storylines. Whether it be
Hmm.
there's a main storyline, of course, but then there's also assuming that there's a main character. There's other side characters as well, and they have specific character arcs. They probably not all of them are going to be able to flesh out their own character arcs within that movie. They're not. I don't think so. Like 2 hours is not a long time. Now, to be fair, and I still haven't seen it, so
Mm.
don't spoil it in the comments, y'all. But I still have not seen a Demon Slayer movie. But I heard that it was a longer end movie, right? It was like 2.5 hours, might have been even close to three. I have no clue, but I heard that it was long. Assuming that it is long, it does give them more time. But here's the thing: that Demon Slayer movie is supposed to be a continuation of the story. It's
Yes.
different from like let's say a Dragon Ball movie where realistically anything that happens in the movie is not really that important when you compare it to the rest of the show.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different with the super movie because the super movie and those three super movies, or was it two? Three, because there was the regular Dragon Ball Super movie, which was ended up being literally the show
Mm.
from those episodes. Then there was the Broly movie, which is important to an extent because we learn about Broly and he actually gets involved later on, right? Then there's the superhero movie. Remember when it was Gohan and
Oh,
Gohan gets his super form, his beast form?
yeah, the beast one.
Yeah, which is keep in mind, like that's like in the manga, like apparently it's like rearranged, it's different. But that's see how those movies are like intertwined, but they also have something to do with the main plot.
Mhm.
And see how Demon Slayer is also okay, movie and then main plot. Can you watch the show without watching the movie?
I see what you're saying. Because a lot of times they do kind of restrict you. Like, hey, by the way, you're gonna need to watch this movie if you want to watch the show because there's a lot of context that you don't get, and you're also introduced to characters sometimes that get brought back, and you're like,
How did this happen?
who are you?
Like where did you come from?
Where'd you come from? Like, or what significance do you have? And then when you realize, like, okay, they've actually played a pretty, important part in the story, and along with the main character's story too. You're like, shoot, I gotta go back. I gotta watch the movie, and then now you already watched 2 episodes and somehow spoiled yourself with some shit. This is what I'm talking about. With the movies, you gotta be careful because it does its job for sure, but at the same time, you gotta like find out where it needs to be placed. If you do it the correct way and say, hey, you should probably watch this, then yeah, you're gonna have a good time with the movies. If not, I'm gonna go for my 24 episoder. I'm not. Oh, I'm okay with saying like that's fine with me, like the standard, and sitting in my comfort zone. I'm cool with it.
No, I agree. I think the 24 episodes is a good, it's just a perfect length. Pause. But bringing it back to the movie argument, and I'm bringing Marvel into this, even though I really don't want to. I'm not a big fan of how Marvel was like, we got a shit ton of movies that are coming out and year after year after year after year, and all of a sudden we got TV shows. Um, Not that any of the TV shows were not good, because I liked Loki, I liked WandaVision, and there was a few other shows that I did like as well. But
Mm,
I just I was a big fan of stay in the same medium, stay in the same lane. Because if you're still in the same lane, everybody who's in that lane won't have to go outside of it to experience what the general experience should be. So
mhm,
I don't know, like with animation, it's a little different. Like I'll bring slime into this because I got slime right next to me. Um, there are some slime movies, and there's a slime movie coming out, or it's out already. I'm not too sure, but it's probably out in Japan.
mm,
Um, those movies, a lot of them, you don't have to watch them.
mm,
You know what I mean? They are significant, but they're not that significant to the show. Like you could literally skip them. Like you do not have to go see them, and that's something that I actually prefer. There's a movie about Ben Amaru's brother,
mm.
and which, to be fair, was he was a part of the entire Demon Squad, right? But like there's a movie about that, and he actually is alive, and there's other stuff introduced with it. How there's like a villain, and that villain is actually one of the primordial demons that you will encounter later on in the show, like in the actual show, but you see it in the movie. So you don't have to like, and you also see is it Luminous? I forgot what her name is.
What? You said what?
Luminous,
Oh, the
the demon, one of the demon lords. You see her in one of the movies too as well. Whether it be for the first time or the second time, I have no idea. But everything that happens in those movies, they're not as important for what happens in the show. So I prefer that over having to step out of my lane to go watch a movie just so I could get up to date. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean, especially when you're trying to step out of your lane, it requires you to actually go to a different medium. Like, not all the time are you gonna be able to say, "Hey, let me just go and do some Amazon Prime video or just HBO Max or Netflix." Like sometimes you just want to be able to have that um freedom to go ahead and find it, and then, hey, now I'm just gonna pay just this subscription for this service just to go and watch it. I don't have to go onto another one to go and find it,
That it's basically the
right?
equivalent. Like I don't want to have to go spend money at a movie theater if I'm already in the shows. You know what I mean? Or if I'm or
Yeah,
if I'm watching the movies and I'm having a great time going to see the movies in theaters every time, I don't want to have to come out and sub to Disney Plus so I can watch a show just so I can figure out what's happening in the next movie.
yeah. Because then
I
you're
don't.
taken away from the experience, not just of like, okay, yeah, it's the movie theater experience,
Yep.
and then also okay, you want to just sit in one place and then just pay and then that's it. You don't want to subscribe to something and then you forget to pay and then now it's like the whole thing. You got to unsubscribe. It's a whole hassle for no reason. And it's not like it's oh death, but it's more of just okay. How do we make it a little more convenient
Hmm.
for the consumer?
I think it should be more convenient for the consumer at all times, but I might be wrong. Let me know because I don't know. I have a feeling consumer always wins. Customer always wins. Always right. But yeah. So yeah, those are our topics for today. You have any thoughts? Let us know in the comments. Like I'm really curious to see what you think about any of this, because I really do think that as we continue in life, just in general,
Mm,
we should be focused on our experiences and getting the positive out of it, right? And getting surplus. Like we should be subbing to things and happy that we subbed for it, not oh great, I have another sub that I got to do or this and that, whatever.
mm,
But yeah, also I'm very curious about Black Clover when it comes out in October.
yes.
We'll see. Anything you got for the audience? Or you good?
No, just enjoy, keep on watching anime. Watch out with the next season coming out. See what's on the horizon, and hopefully this season's treating you well.
Oh,
Good
this
anime
season's
still.
listen, man. Season. I started watching some of it. We'll discuss it. Don't worry, we're gonna discuss it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's some good stuff. I can't wait. Can't wait to talk about it. But yeah, this has been Anime Intervention, episode 41. Like and subscribe.
Nice.
Catch us in the comments, and we will catch you on the next one. Deuces.